Hey guys. Okay, so I am outside and let's see. I was trying to log in with my computer, but I think I'm having some issues here. Let's see. Okay, so I have to stay on my phone. That's weird. I don't want to be doing it on my phone, so let me see. Hey guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to connect using my phone instead of my laptop because the laptop couldn't do it for some reason. So, but anyways, how are you guys doing? Let me know where you're watching from. Let's say hello. Um, I'm sitting outside today because it's nice. It's like at least it's sunny today, so I'm working from outside. But I just wanted to connect with you guys. So let me know where you're watching from. I see. I don't know how I can just like stream from my computer instead of my phone. So I can put my phone down and actually be able to. Hi, sister to sister, your hair is really growing. Yes, look at my hair. It's a whole bunch. I don't know what to do with it. I think I need to have a haircut. Um, Otherwise, it's all bushy. It looks like the trees behind me. It looks like me and the trees are competing right now with the color and stuff. But anyways, so how are you guys, sister to sister? How are you doing? Anybody else who's there? I see some people in there watching. Thank you for joining the stream today. Hi Aggie. Hi Aggie. Oh, Aggie to Mwebazi. How are you, my sister? Nice to see you. So I wanted to do like I've been getting all these questions. Like I think as more people start to follow me, people who do not know me, of course. So I keep getting a whole bunch of different questions, and I find that some are really awkward. I don't know how people are like, okay, just asking you random questions, and I don't know if it's just like an African thing or it's just a people thing in general, but some of the questions I normally get in my inboxes are about my relationship, because I'm married to a different race person, so there's so many questions about that. But one that usually sticks out for me is where people ask me um, if I can get them a Mzungu. So a Mzungu is a white person, so most people will ask me. It's a nosy thing. I think that's right. That's right, sister to sister. That's right. So it's a nosy thing, I guess. I usually so people are always nosy. Yes, yes. I think that's actually the right word. So, anyway, so I get things like about my relationship, about how is it different dating, or being in a relationship with a white person. And I mean, we've been together for so long, so usually I know these are people who actually don't know me that well. But so hi Makazi, thank you for joining in. So I'm having like trouble here. I scheduled this live and I thought I would just be able to join on my computer, and I don't know how to do that. It's showing me, but pretty much streaming from my phone. So I'm just holding my phone up like this and doing a selfie kind of. My neighbor is doing her backyard. She probably will yell at me. He's like, Brenda, am I in your video? Why are you putting me in your videos? But anyways, so it's nice outside today. We're blessed. It's been in the 40s, but today it's Your question will be the hardest. Wakazi, don't even start. Don't even start. Anyway, it's fine. You guys can ask me any questions. Please like this video. If you're just joining me for the first time, if you're new, please do subscribe. But today it's really random. One of those random days where I'm like, okay, I'm going to address these question things that people always ask me. So one of them is, can you connect me to a Mzungu? Can you connect me with a white person? So I usually find this is like every day I get, hi Regan from Uganda. Nice to see you, Regan. Thank you for joining. So most girls are always asking me, Brenda, can you hook us up with a Mzungu? And I find this like so awkward. I'm like, okay, I wish I had like a supermarket of white men, white boys. And I usually joke with my husband. I was like, hey, do you have any other friends, any other friends, any white friends that are looking for girlfriends and they're okay, dating a black or African girl? So, and he laughs about it, but he's like, well, not sure. So, but it's such an awkward question. So, people, please stop asking people who are in biracial biracial relationships about about them hooking you up with the other people. It's not a bad question, but it's just awkward. I find like I struggle to know what to say to you. Like, oh yes, if I had somebody, yes, who's single, but it's not like we have them there. Like we have people like right in our in our immediate reach that we can say, hey, yeah, here you go, here you go. So let me see your questions here. Let me compose my question as well. Will be kind of funny. Aggie, I see your question. I see your comment. Sorry, I forget the E in the nosy. That's fine. That's fine, sister to sister. Yeah, people are just nosy. One of the other questions I always get is, are you sure? Are you sure your husband's family likes you? Or are you sure actually white people like you? So now, that could be a genuine question, but it's very awkward. Seriously, people, it's very awkward. What am I supposed to tell you? That, of course, they like me. If they didn't like me, I would not be with them anymore. I mean, but how do you even start gauging if people like you or not? I mean, most people will not say it straight in your face. I mean, you can tell, like, okay, this person is acting fake on the other, but to be honest, it could be even the other way around. You don't even know if your own race actually likes you. So, so we're just making this a color thing. But I understand your questions. It's a genuine concern, maybe, but it's just very, very awkward. It's an awkward question. Uh, and then another question that people usually ask me is, what would you say to that sister to sister, for example? I know you're not in a biracial relationship, but if somebody asks you, if I mean you're in America, for example, if somebody asks, the real question is, why is color such a racial topic? I don't understand. Yes, I also do not understand. um I don't understand. Yeah, because I mean, I've seen our own color being, segregative towards the other. I've seen the white people also being segregative towards the white people. But it's probably what most people maybe see in the news and stuff like that. So it always comes down to the color, question. So you can, and then the other question I always get is, people asking me about my weight or making comments about my weight. People will say, like, I do exercise, and, so people will be like, hey, you have to exercise because white people don't like big people, you know. I'm like, that is such a bad idea. Like, that is such a bad, even something that you could say. People work out for different reasons. I mean, at the end of the day, it's my body, it's my health, it's my life. So I do work out because I want to stay healthy, because I don't want to get like funny diseases. I'm just trying to stay healthy in general, not because somebody else, it's like a low esteem thing here, not because you shouldn't be doing things to please the other person, even if it's your husband. I don't, for example, I don't try to lose weight because my husband says, "Hey, you look big." So what? It's my life, it's your life. So you should be doing things for you before you even try to please other people, is what I usually tell these people. So no, I don't exercise because my husband is white and because if I gain weight, he will leave me. Hello. There's so many big white people. There's so many big black people. There's so many big people who are in relationships, who are married and stuff like that. So it's not about the other color, the other race that people have to do things the way they do them or have they're living this lifestyle because maybe it's an older thing that people always um, maybe it's like an old misconception of like most white people usually dated skinnier girls. I've seen that in Africa, for example, whereby ended up with most African girls who ended up with like white race are usually very skinny models and things like that. So maybe that's where people are getting it from, but it's not like a general, ideology. Let me read your comments here. I'm just trying to read them on my computer because they disappear on my phone. So, sorry, I forget. The real question is why is color? So that's sister to sister, and then sister to sister says people are jealous about who or what you love or how you conduct your life, but when you ask them, they get angry. Girlfriend, yes, 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 yes. And then Karen Jr., I'm worried for your poor arms. Holding that camera would be a workout of its kind. Good one though. Thanks, Brenda. Thank you. I know. My gosh, yeah, my arm hurts. My arm hurts. See, like, I don't know what I did to myself, but it's not going to be long. So maybe that would be an excuse for me to end this live sooner so that my arm gets spared. But I couldn't even like run out to get like a phone stand so that it could be just that. But anyways, yeah. So I find those things like really awkward questions. There's another question people always ask me. How did your family feel about you being in a relationship with the other race? Now that's not really an awkward question. It's a genuinely right question to ask. Um, of course, if you're predominantly in a black environment, like in Africa, so if you bring a white person to a family, yes, you expect people to wonder how your rest of the family is going to take this. So yes, of course, some family members had questions and had worries and like, are you sure this is what you want? But at the end of the day, it depends on your family. It depends on, like, let's say what your immediate family cared for you. So to me, my family was all about Brenda's happiness, what I wanted. And my mom always asked me, Brenda, are you happy with your choice? If this is what you want, then you have all my blessings. So, of course, so it comes back to your family and what you actually tell them and how they see. If this, it's at the end of the day, it's your choice. It's not your parents' choice. It's not the society's choice. It's your choice. So if you're happy, to me, even if I was happy and my family is not happy about my relationship, if this is what I wanted, I would definitely just go for it. Like, it's my life, not their life. So that's how I roll. Let's see here. It's like you'll need a small tripod for your phone at times. Hands can hurt. Yes, I know, I know, I know. I have one. I have one. It's in the house somewhere. But by the time the live started, I was sitting outside and I didn't want to run away to go do what? To go find that stuff and try to hook up things. So I didn't want to lose you guys. So, anyways, but yeah, so it's your life at the end of the day. Try to do things that are trying to please you yourself. Like I keep telling people, you can't love other people if you don't love yourself. So that's a lie. That's a lie. You will not even be able to love your children if you don't love yourself. So love yourself first before you even try to love another person. So yeah, my family was very accommodating and was very understanding. It was all about my my what I wanted in my life and if it was making me happy. And so was my husband's family. So that's another question that I always get where people are like, how did your husband's family take the relationship? Like when they found out that he was dating a black girl, how did they react and things like that? So I'll tell you a quick one. Uh, when we started dating, my boyfriend then, he was in Uganda, we were both in Uganda, and he would talk to his parents. I think, I don't know how, I need to ask my in laws. Maybe this Thanksgiving we might do a video. I know they might be watching this right now, but maybe we'll do a video with them where they tell me what actually came to their mind when, the son told them that he was dating or he was starting to see a black person, a Ugandan girl. So I need to find out. But from what I've gathered from my husband, he said his mom was very excited to meet me. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to meet her. So, and then of course, like we started chatting after a year into a relationship. And then after that, I was able to actually come and visit them. They invited me to come visit them, spend some time with them. So they welcomed me, they loved me. So that's what I would just stay with. That's what I'll keep. That they loved me and they were very, very accommodative of me and very recepting. What is it? Is it called receptive? No, that's not a word. Accepting. Ah, my gosh, my English is gone. But I didn't see anything else but love from them. From day one, from the day I met them, from when I came in winter time, and I remember my mother-in-law coming to the airport with heavy jackets for me because this is in New Hampshire. New Hampshire's in New England, and it gets very, very cold. So I remember them, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law coming to the airport with jackets, and my father-in-law had a fire going inside the house, and I could just sit next to the fire the whole entire time with gloves on. I found everything that I needed to be comfortable in the house, and my mother-in-law had already bought them for me to just make sure I'm very comfortable during my whole stay. So I think they liked me. I think they loved me, and I think they still love me. Not even I think, I know they love me because we have such a great relationship with them. We talk all the time, we chat, and they come visit. And they're just like my parents right now. Like I call them mom, I call them dad. So they're just like my parents. So yeah, whether they did that at the beginning, I don't know, but I think we have grown to know each other. We know when not to be in each other's space, when to to take a walk. But other than that, it's like a normal relationship of you and your parents in the same space. um Let me see. Sister to sister, what did you say? You're already a skinny mini. The trolls are really funny. I can't steal any of your clothes unless I could wear them. Ah, sister to sister, you stop. I'm not a skinny mini. It's funny though, because I'm telling you, people are funny. Sometimes when maybe I add on some weight, the people who will actually say things to me, like they'll see some pictures of me on Facebook or on Instagram, and then they'll all talk about how I've gained weight. Like I've added on, they'll say, oh my gosh, you have big cheeks now. I'm like, okay, so that's a sign. Yeah, you put on weight. I'm like, before you even point a finger at me, just look at yourself. I'm like, hello. So sometimes I think we get too harsh on other people. Maybe at times they're not even meant to offend you. I believe. I always try to believe. I always give people the other a benefit of a doubt. Just some like, I'm not sure you knew what you're saying. You knew if that could even hurt somebody. For example, I always find it awkward how it's very easy for, I'll use like my people in Uganda. People in Uganda will always say, "Oh my gosh, you are so big," like they would just tell you, "Oh, you're so fat," like that. What they say, you're so fat. Eh? I'm like, did you even know that? how maybe this could hurt people. So I always like tell them like, hey, my friends, I know you're saying this maybe in not a bad way, because you're used to your culture just says stuff like that about people's weights and people's bodies. But hey, some of these things, please never try them on a different race. Like on a white person, never tell them they have put on weight unless you have known them for so many years and maybe you know they've been struggling to add on weight, and now they've finally put on some weight and you know they will be happy about it, and you can tell them, hey, you've put on some weight. That might maybe make them feel better, but other than that, stay away from things like that, telling people about their weights, because you don't know the struggles they've gone through. You don't know the struggles they're going through at the time. Some people are struggling to lose weight, and then you just tell them, where they think, oh my gosh, I've lost maybe 2 pounds, and here you come and you tell them you put on weight. That's so awkward. So try not to put yourself in awkward positions with some of your comments or questions. um, let's see. Relationship one's view of how much you love and want each other. Exactly, sister to sister, that's right. So um, you don't know how people, it's their relationship, so how much do you know about them to even begin your questions. So another question I get is, this is like from my friends who are guys, but mostly like African guys. So they always say, um, I always find that they feel like they were betrayed. Like I betrayed them. Like I betrayed the race. I betrayed my culture. And some of these things actually hurt me when I hear them say, hey, in all these black people, you didn't have anybody to love, or anybody to love you. No, I of course I had people who loved me. I have people who I loved as well, in my own race. But where your heart decides to go is a different thing altogether. So people make choices. So just accept their choices, and if you are their friends, um, support their choices. So at that point, it's not a point of you questioning what they chose, what they decided to go with. People went ahead and got married, and you are their friend, and you're still asking them, are you sure you couldn't find a black person? So it's not about race. Love is not about race. It's about your heart and what you feel is making you comfortable and makes you feel loved. You find love in different places. Some people travel and find love there. Some people are here and they find love at home. Some people are home, but they find a different race to love. So it's what your heart just decides to do, is what people usually go with. Yeah, so stop asking me about the whole, don't make me feel guilty about my actions, about my choices. It's what I wanted for myself. It's what I decided to do. So if you're my friend and you're out there, just be supportive of me and encourage me to be stronger, or just support me instead of questioning me. uh, and then what other this is a funny one. Decline. Somebody's trying to call me. Then some other question I get all the time is, why do you have a fake accent? Like, why are you trying to speak like a Mzungu? Like, why are you trying to speak like a white person or an American? So, this I always laugh. It's not, I don't think you just wake up and decide that this is how, maybe some people do. But for me, it just happened. And guess what? When I'm talking to my husband, he knows I have an accent. He says he can tell I don't sound American. So to my own race, they think I'm trying so hard to speak like an American. No, I'm not. But I just happen to, in my house, like every day, I speak to 3 Americans. My kids are Americans, so they're African Americans, but their English is not African. So, and those are the people I speak to on the daily. So the moment you spend more time with people, you start to sound like them. You start to like it's natural. It just comes natural. I've been here again. I've been in the U.S. since 2007. So and I've worked and lived with Americans. So I don't know why you expect me to still. I mean, when I'm back home, I'm speaking with maybe my people from Africa. I know, like, I don't speak too fast. Like, I don't like go super fast on them. But sometimes, like, I'm already. Sometimes I forget even my own like words from back home because every day you're just talking, you're speaking English and you're speaking with Americans. So, unless when I call home, I'm speaking with somebody from home, or even here, somebody who's maybe Ugandan. Yes, we try to speak some Luganda, but that's like maybe not even a quarter of your day, like maybe an hour in 24 hours, maybe 30 minutes in 24 hours. So the rest of the time, it's a gradual thing. I think the longer people have stayed here, the more people they interact with, you start to find. I have friends who live in France and they're Ugandans. And right now, like, the English is terrible when they're speaking to you in English, they're speaking French. The accent is so French, they're so Swiss. So people who live in different places for a long time tend to adopt to the environment, to adopt to and the environment also comes with the language, with the accent, with the pronunciation of words as well. So let me see, let me read your comments here. Let me see. Sister to sister, wait. Wait till they say you look like you don't look African anymore. Like how? I'm as African as it comes. I know that would be so funny. I can't wait for that one. But even like now, when I'm back home, people are like, "Why are you running? Why are you walking so fast?" Because I'm just used to that. I'm like not just walking like, "Hey, hey, hey." I'm like, I need to go to be where I want to be right now. So they're like, "Oh, you're now acting American. You walk so fast." For heaven's sake, no, it's not an act. Trust me. If I could walk slower, I could. But it's just like you're now used to a different culture, a different environment. So when people start, like, their body just responds like to the environment they're in, and it just comes natural at that point. It's not like they're trying to fake it. Um, I mean, sister, in US, some African American women say the same thing when black men date, marry, or procreate with women that are not black. Yes, actually, this is a two-way thing as well. Yes, um, I remember. I remember. There's a time we went to a club. We went dancing downtown Philly, sister to sister, Philly. So, and it was me and my husband. That time we were still young and we didn't have any kids. So we went out, like happy hour after work. We'd all like go out dancing with the whole group. And I remember in that club, there were two black guys that were like, "Hey, so they started talking to my husband. They're like, well, you're just using her. You just treating her like a slave. We can't even believe, like, yes, we don't think you love her." And he's like, "Hey, guys, so we were still both sober." And he's like, "You know what? I lived in Africa for a while, so I know everything about Africans more than even you guys do. So I know African culture. I lived there for 5 years, and that's how I met my wife. And I respect her. It's not like I married her because of the whole slavery thing. But I also know a friend of mine too, who's a white girl that is married to a black guy that usually also gets the same backlash from people like that. So it's a sad situation. I don't know why we have to do it that way, how we have to look at this way. Let people be in love with whoever they want to be in love with, and life moves on. And be in love with whoever you want to be, and life moves on for you as well. You'll need to introduce yourself as, "Hi, I'm Brenda. I'm happy. I love my life. No questions accepted." Sister, you're hired. You're hired. You be my PR. But I think it's that let's just let people be. And I remember when I first started YouTube, some people who like follow me on Facebook were like, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong with her? Is she desperate? Um, is she lonely? She feels like she needs to find people to talk to. Now that's why she started YouTube." I'm like, why are you just assuming these things? Like, come to me. And she did not even ask me myself. She asked a friend. She asked one of my friends, and I got to hear about it. But just talk to people straight. If you care about them, actually ask them. Be like, hey, what's going on? I'm just worried. I'm just concerned. Is this, why did you start YouTube, for example? Get to hear it straight from that person instead of like trying to go back doors and like or coming up with your own assumptions of people are lonely, people are not happy in their marriages, or people are not happy in their lives, they're idle. I'm like, who is idle? Like, you can't have children in the US and be idle, or in a foreign country. You have stuff to do, and then you have work, so you're working, you have kids, and then you're saying this person is idle. No. There's no idle moment ever. um, but anyways, I always find those questions like really awkward and provocative sometimes, and sometimes you don't even know how to respond to people, and we just like just smile and let it go and forgive people. But I wish people could stop asking about these things. Let me see. Some other thing, yeah, some other question I always get. Hey, Brenda, are you worried? Aren't you worried about your children, for example, being born in the U.S. and with the whole racial thing? Now, that's also a genuine concern. Um, but you know what? I think when you have a family, you're trying to raise your children to be the best citizens they are. Uh, that's much you can do. You have to just teach them the right things, and then you pray to God to make sure maybe they associate with the right people. Now, things that I worry about is how is the rest of the society gonna, like treat them when they grow up. But I usually tell my kids, hey, try not to be in awkward positions, in positions where you could be picked on. Like easily be a target. Avoid being involved in some actions or in some acts, even if you have your friends. Like, we live in a neighborhood where I think in the school there's about 3 black kids in the whole entire school. So I'd be like, hey, guess what? If you guys are like out there, you ride your bikes to, let's say, Rite Aid, which is a drugstore, um, and not drugs, but like medicine. They also sell other things like candy and stuff like that. It's like CVS. So if you're all there and you're acting up, you would be easily identified. So try to avoid being in such places, even though it's your friends. Try to do the right thing when you're with your buddies. If they're trying to like be loud and like be teenagers, you could always be the other teenager who tells them, hey guys, that's not right. And if they don't stop, you could always ride your bike or call me, or just get away from it. So try. It's all those things that you can't keep worrying. And even back home, you could worry about your children. You have to worry about your kids regardless, but you have to just make sure you instill the right manners for them, to treat people right, to treat every color right, and also to know when to go to get off a situation. Alright, so I think that's like most of the questions that I get. This is all I wanted it to be just 30 minutes. But other than that, you guys, can you hook us up with a Mzungu? How did you guys meet? So that's why I actually had to do that video, because everybody who like gets to know you or starts to know you will ask you the moment they see pictures of you with the Mzungu guy. They're like, how did you guys meet? So that's why I had to do a video. Everybody, trust me, like 98% of people you meet in life will ask you how you met that white guy. So that's why I decided to do that video. about how we met. So if you are about to ask me that question, please check my videos out, and you'll get to know how we met with my husband. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me today. I gotta get back to work. I hope everybody's doing well. Please like this video. Let's grow together. And again, thank you for always supporting sister to sister. I see you there. Regan, Karen Jr., the Mwakazis, who else? Aggie, I didn't see your question. I think you left before you, you could ask your question. But leave me your questions in the comments, and also let me know what videos you guys would like me to, what topics you guys would like me to talk about. If there's anything, if you guys are back in Africa and there's something you always want to know about, let's say the US, if I can, I would definitely do a video about that, and I could also invite people who have like any other ideas about such topics or knowledge about those topics, and we could definitely talk to you guys or bring you those videos. But Karen Junior, thank you and bye. Yeah, so guys, thank you again. Take care. I'll see you soon. I have another live coming up this weekend where we'll be hosting a lady who actually moved from Uganda to the US, and she'll be talking about domestic violence. She's an acid survivor. She'll be sharing with us all the red flags of domestic violence. If a relationship is getting violent, what are the signs, and what you could do. So she's an acid, somebody poured acid on her back in Uganda, but she survived and she's here with her children. So we'll be talking to her and she'll be sharing with us her story as well. So stay tuned. Take care, guys. Love you. Bye bye.